Almost every successful person I know, um, in whatever field they are, depending on how you define success, have had an opportunity to get exposed to an outside world. So imagine when you graduated from junior high school in your hometown, you had an opportunity to travel to another city in the same country for high school. If you noticed, it sort of opened your eyes to a lot of things. Maybe you lived in Kumasi, you had opportunity to travel to Accra for school, or Takrady or Cape Coast. Now you get exposed to other people's culture, language, and all that. When I completed, university from University of Cape Coast, I um, was posted to the northern region where I had my national service, and it exposed me to other people's culture. I got to know a lot of things. It opened my eyes on a lot of things. Now imagine this time around taking it to another level, which is relocating from your country to another country to study abroad. And that's what we do on this platform. So people have already done what you want to do. Like before you had traveled outside your hometown to another city for high school, some people had already done it. It would be important to talk to those people how the situation in that city or that high senior high school is. It will give you a lot of information, especially for survival and how things can be done properly and not make the same mistake they did. I'm taking it to another level. A lot of people have studied in UK. A lot of people have studied in US, Canada, Switzerland, whichever country you want to go study in. What I do on the Study Abroad podcast is to invite them so that they explain their process, how they did it, their journey, their experiences, how much they spent on the process, how much is it going to cost you if you're supposed to start. Now, this gives you an idea that, okay, if I want to do this, this is how prepared I have to be. My name is Fred. This is the biggest study abroad content platform. We have 170,000 on YouTube. Click on the subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. About 6,000 on Facebook. That is the biggest as an African. 44,000 on Instagram, and then 160,000 on TikTok. Also, if you want to send a message, we are about 20,000 on Instagram. Just get in touch over there. Remember that every week we select one person where we help to go through the process. We are not only showing you all the way, but we hold your hands to pull you up. Understand that if people who were successful with something were able to tell us how they did it, it makes it easier for you and I to get it done. Let me bring my guest on. That's the way of introduction. Let me bring my guest on. So I am intimidated by my guest today because she's looking better than I am on my own podcast. Hi, Ajo. How you doing?
Hello, Fred. I'm okay, and you?
Explain to the viewers why you decided to intimidate me on my podcast.
I at this moment I am so. I mean, I'm
No, let's
impressed
let's
by
get
the
going.
way you are actually doing this because I actually thought it was just like a normal look. That's how I always do my live sessions, and
Oh,
I felt like
okay.
I could just come up like this. Yeah,
All
just
right.
like
So if
that.
this is the first time, if this is the first time somebody's seeing you, kindly introduce yourself. Where are you originally from, and where are you at the moment? And we'll take it from there.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity given. My name is Anachewa Owusu, but my social media name is Ajachewa. I am originally from Ghana, originated from Ghana, lived in Ghana all my life until I traveled abroad to study my project management master's degree. Yeah, so basically that is who I am. Yep.
Project management. Which institution did you graduate from in Ghana, and what did you study over there?
Basically, I went to two universities in Ghana for about like 6, 7 years. So
Okay.
I did 5 years of HND and then BTech together at Kumasi Technical University, and I
Okay.
also graduated with a master's degree at Kumasi Kwame Nkrumah Senior High. Kwame Nkrumah, oh God,
University
I
of
think
Science and Technology.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
university. Thank you.
University. Okay.
I'm
Right.
shy.
So after
Sorry.
the masters, you move into to UK for a second master's degree.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about which institution you applied to. Did you use your diploma or the diploma and the bachelor's degree to apply, or you used your master's degree?
Okay. As at that time, I hadn't graduated with my master's degree, so I
Right.
used my diploma and then my BTech together to do the application.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, what was there not a challenge as in choosing the program because you already have a master's? And what was that master's degree in, and what was the second master's in?
Okay, so the first master's degree was Master of Science in Facilities Management,
Okay.
and the second one was in Project Management. Since I did not incorporate the first master's into
Mhm.
it, I kind of had an easy sail through. So it made it look like I'm just doing my normal degree,
First
and then I
master,
came to do my other degree because I didn't have the certificate that I had completed.
yeah.
So I just had to just do it straight away. Yeah.
A lot of people find it challenging when they do not have the normal or regular 4-year bachelor's degree. So you had a 3-year diploma and you had a 2-year
A
top up.
2 year top up. Yeah.
How did you combine your transcript to make them understand that even though it's 5 years, it's equivalent to 4-year bachelor's degree so that they admit you?
Okay, so apparently, I think for the UK system,
Mhm.
even when you go to school for 2 years, you are guaranteed to be able to study further in
Okay.
this in their UK system. Yeah, so it is just a way of showing them that I have the experience
Mhm.
to do the particular course I choose,
Right.
and I had a couple of project management courses within the asset management field I did, which was why I had to put in all my transcripts to
Mm.
make them know that I already know what I am up to and why I chose that course. So it made me have an easy transition through the process to gain the admissions. And I also, with that, I also did my voluntary service at Lands Commission.
Mhm.
That also made them know that I have no gap. And then that was how I did get
So
the
did
access
you
to that
did you combine the two transcripts or you uploaded
together.
them separately?
I uploaded them separately in the
Okay.
same application.
All
Yeah,
right.
so I made them know I have the HND. I uploaded it together with the certificate, and then the BTEC together with the certificate. Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Adjoa Chewa. He studied in the UK. She's currently in the UK. So I said he, right? All right. She studied. She can be a he. She studied in the UK, and so she's
Thank
talking to
you.
us about how her transition was from Ghana, having a diploma top up and pursuing a master's degree in Ghana, and use a diploma and a top up to apply to a master's degree in the UK. So, what actually ignited your interest to want to study abroad? You're already having your master's degree. What pushed you to say that I want to apply for another master's, in the UK?
That is a very interesting question. I feel like it looks like I have done all that I needed to do in
Mhm.
Ghana. I wanted to feel how it feels to study abroad. I wanted to know, the kind of experience I'm going to have. Is it going to be the same as that of Ghana?
Mhm.
How are their educational system similar to that of Ghana, and how is it different to that of Ghana? So I just wanted to have the feel of that and also gain extra advancement of knowledge in that specific field I chose. Whilst I had the opportunity to study in Ghana with my facilities management, why don't I niche down to project management abroad to see how it is going to be like? Yep.
What
So I
was
didn't.
what was most important to you when starting this process? Is it the scholarship, the country, or the program?
The program.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the
So
program.
let's talk about the university you applied to, and that's what I mostly do. That I share the website of the university, and so that people will get to know. If you're just tuning in, I'm speaking with Adjoa Chewa. Remember that you can be part of the conversation. Put in the comment section what questions you have for Adjoa. We are also streaming on Adjoa's YouTube channel. I love it when people go through a process. They are not gatekeeping. They try to create content on social media so that it makes it easy for you to know that this is not rocket science. If you're listening to me from Bole Bamboi, if you're in Tenga, if you're in Kwaso, you can also do it. It's possible. Where are you
Yeah.
from in Ghana, though?
At Chimako Peridia, but I grew up a little bit in TUC, and then I also did stay in Sofia Samai for quite a very long time, like let's say 10 years of my life. Yeah, so that's where I basically grew up from.
All right. So let's talk about your social media handles and some of the things you're working on. So, what social media platforms do you have? How can people tap into the ideas you share on social media?
Okay, thank you so much. So, all my social media handles goes by the name Ajachawa,
Mhm.
Ajachawa. So, at the moment, even though I'm still niching down, I am taking this opportunity to help people who are interested in studying abroad without charging them anything. All that I need from them is their details, which when you go to my platforms, you would know what details you need to send to my email. I'll go through it together with you, and I'll give you, the kind of schools you can apply to on a low tuition, even if you do not have the scholarship to fund for that. Yep.
All right,
So
so
basically
this is the
that.
YouTube platform of Ajua. So her pretty face is not different. Sometimes my face is different from what I show here. So, but it's the same thing on the YouTube platform. So, please subscribe. We are about what 66 subscribers. If you're
Yes.
watching us right now, please go on YouTube. At least we have to go above 100 before we end the session. So please
Thank
go
you.
on YouTube, search Ajua Chewa, ADWOA, then space KYEWA.
WA.
Please subscribe. Go to YouTube and click on the subscribe button. In fact, we are also live on. Okay, we got to 69 right now. Awesome, thank you.
Oh, thank
Yeah, so
you.
just search YouTube. Go to YouTube. I'm going to post a link in the comment section. It makes it easier. You can just click on it. Quickly go there. You can even stream from there. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can watch us also on that platform as well, and subscribe. So let's talk about your project again. I'm very interested in that because a lot of people need help to go through this, but sometimes they are financially challenged. Talk to
Yeah.
us about what you said you're working on for free.
Okay, so basically, taking my time to do a rigorous research on schools, most especially in the UK, that is offering low tuition fees,
Mhm.
which is not more than £12,000. Because normally
Okay.
most of the universities in the UK are charging like £23,000,
Mhm.
£19,000, which is extremely outrageous for
Yeah.
somebody coming from Ghana as an immigrant, or everywhere in Africa, or everywhere in Asia, or wherever you're coming from to study in the Europe, in the UK. Yeah. So I have taken it upon myself to assist people through their process. And apart from that, what I do is I post intermittently
Mhm.
what you are supposed to expect when you get to the UK, the kind
Right.
of banks you can apply to even as a student, the number of working hours you can do as a student, so you don't exceed what is the legal working hour. I'm also mostly on live sessions at every point in time, mostly on Mondays and Fridays at 8 p.m., just to make the people have the physical presence of me to ask all their questions that they want to do, they want to know and do. And that is how I assist my people.
Well,
Yeah.
it's mostly challenging to have people beautiful. They have the brains and they are willing to help other people. Remember that what broochie bano will not affect a joyous a broochie or neboga or right? So the
Yeah.
opportunity to also tap into the ideas of people who have done it. So the whole thing is the person is from where you are. They have been able to do it. That should give you some sort of encouragement to understand that, oh, it's also possible. I can also do it. So God bless you
Yeah.
for that. And
Amen.
please subscribe to the channel. Let's see where we are. We need to hit more than 100,000. Okay, you're moving on. Oh, okay, we are 94. You
Thank
see, we're moving on.
you.
All right. So if somebody has their document, how
Yeah.
how how do they get assistance from what you're doing? How do they go about it?
Okay, so all that you need to do is to send your details to my personal email. That
Mhm.
is at West Avenue. That email has purposely been created for the purpose of helping people
I
through
would
their
love it if
process.
you share that email with me, then
The
I can
email with
post it.
you.
Yeah, so you can
Okay,
send it to me
so
by WhatsApp.
West.
So I'll put it. I'll put the email on the screen. If you have the document, and she's going to explain whether it's for bachelor's or for master's or for PhD. She's going to
Yeah.
explain how, and then you can send those documents to the email. But first of all, let's look at it. Is it for bachelor's? So if somebody has a high school, are they included, or are you looking up for people who are going for masters or PhD? What is it?
Yeah, most of the times I look at the perspective of funding.
Mm,
Yes, so if somebody's supposed to come from Africa, 4 years of degree is going to be way more expensive than a year of master's degree. So
mhm.
most of the times I'm always focusing on the people that are already graduating from the universities just to do the 1 year course, and it gives them the free range. After school, you probably could get your postgraduate studies and you could work all the hours you want to do, and that saves you a lot of money as well. So
Okay.
that is my goal here for now.
What
But if
documents? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, but most of the times other people are also like, "Hi, I've completed senior high school. Is it okay for me to also do the same?" I'm still doing this research where I'm still trying to get funding for them, where at least in every year of their term time, they could get a little scrape of their fees, which can also help reduce their cost as well. But I want to focus on the master's people first. When I'm done, I'll just do the undergraduate for them.
Wow.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless you. I have a wide audience. Is it only for Ghanaians? Can our brothers from Nigeria, any other country also take part?
Of course. Honestly, when I got to the UK, I got to meet a lot of different caliber of people with different nationalities and
I
all of
like the way
that.
you switch the accent. We go Ghanaian Kakrani about UK Kakra.
Well,
I
line
like
up.
that. I like it.
Thank you
Let's
so
go.
much. Yeah, and people have been reaching out to me from Sierra Leone, Sudan, Egypt, Nigeria, massive target audience from Nigeria and Ghana as a whole. And it's not only situated, and I think people from India also reach out to me as well. So it's not really targeted to Ghanaians only. The moment you have all the qualifications you need, because in this UK, it's a multifaceted country where other people come in as well. We have people from Pakistan, people from wherever in the country, like in the world you can find yourself. It doesn't really have to be from Ghana. So wherever you are listening to Fred Effect right now, doesn't matter your location, your geographical location, you can just reach out to me and I'm just gonna assist you on that. Thank you
What
so much.
document should they get? Do people who have diploma and top up qualify, or is it a straight bachelor's degree that you're expecting?
No, okay, so let me take my time and then go through it. Can
All right.
I?
Yeah, go
Thank you.
ahead.
So I'm going to break it down into two categories. So the people who are already with the 4 years bachelor's degree, they can do this without going through, let's say, years of experience or something like that. So if you have your bachelor's degree, all I need from you is your statement of purpose, your transcripts, your certificate. If you have letters of recommendation, your English proficiency letter from your university, that alone should be enough. And most of the times, if you do not have the access to your English proficiency letter, if you have C6 and above, C6, C4, C5, B3, B2, A1 in English language in your WASI, you could also use that one to apply, and that makes it easy. And then please know that your WASI is supposed to be at least 5 years. It shouldn't exceed. Sometimes if it says seed, it should be like, let's say 10 years, but it shouldn't exceed like 10 years. I beg you in the name of God. Yes. So just keep it to that minimum. And then if you're also with your HND or your top up course, all that you need to do is also add a bit of experience to it. So apparently you have a gap in your uni. Maybe you completed school in 2022 and we're in 2025. You should let them know that even though you did HND or you did after that, you did your top up degree. After that, you studied or you went to do this work which has which has given you that kind of experience and expertise to further your studies abroad, because normally most of the time they are looking up for that thing. But then all the information I gave out for the degree, it also is applicable to the HND and then the top up students. Okay, so it's basically like the same thing, just have to add years of experience to it just to make it count and add up to it.
Awesome.
Hello, Mr. Fred.
I'm here. All right.
Thank you.
So that's awesome. So when I send my documents to your email, what next?
Yeah. Okay, so when you send your documents to my email, I try my possible best to free up some time of mine to book an appointment with you, which could be like 30 minutes to 1 hour roughly, where I could meet with you on the one-to-one basis, explain to you the process of how you can do your own application. I take you through to the school portal. I go step by step why you need to. I probably go through your documents to know that probably you did marketing. If you want to still do masters in marketing, master of science in marketing, that makes it quite easier. Probably you want to do human resource management, although you have a marketing background. It's still okay because they are not you're not designated to do just one course. You can do and you can diversify. That is what UK stands for. So you can diversify your course, and I'll explain to you what you need to put in your statement of purpose to cover up for that diversification. So apparently you did fashion as in your uni, but you want to do something like human resource. It is quite okay because most of the fashion brands in the UK or globally are looking for human resource managers where you can even stand out because of your background in fashion. So I take you through all the courses, I take you through the prospective works you can do after school, and I make you look at it, and then we just do it like that. So I
Oh,
leave you to do the rest of the application by yourself. You come back to me at any point through your process where you are stuck and you need assistance, and I just do that for you. Thank you
wow.
so much.
Wow, great. I wish, like, there are a lot of people doing this to help our brothers and sisters. So we are looking at low cost institutions. Why? Can't we get scholarship? If there are scholarships, why look for low cost institution schools?
Okay, so apparently my knowledge or expertise on scholarships are very, very limited.
Right.
But then I do know of the Commonwealth Scholarship and the Chevening Scholarship, which is mostly for the UK
Mhm,
applicants. But then there are some times where you would want to come to school in the September 2025
mhm,
intake. We are in March at the moment, but
right.
then it takes sometimes a very long time for them to do their eligibility criteria, for you to know that you qualify. It can take you like a year sometimes, at
Right.
least. Yeah. So for you to peg that, you could also get that low tuition fee and still be able to pay without the help of the scholarship. And also, sometimes if you have good grades and then you are a woman, you're in the
Mhm,
STEM, you want to do data analytics, you want to do cybersecurity, you want to do artificial intelligence, you want to do Master of Science in engineering. There are these courses are mostly sponsored, and
mhm,
they're giving scholarships on them,
mhm.
and it makes it break down. But then if you don't fall into all of these categories and you still want to study, you could do it in a lower form and still get your certificate on a higher platform, like on a higher grade. Yeah.
Awesome. So while you were starting your process, you had an opportunity to go into to any country. Why did you choose the UK?
So apparently, I wanted to do Canada. I wanted
Right.
to do US.
Mhm.
But I feel like US is still like chaotic. The US process. The US process is still like, I know, but I was so all over the place. I just wanted to
Right.
hide somewhere around the globe where
Oh,
I feel
okay.
like UK is big,
Mhm,
USA is massive. But
mhm,
then if I'm able to get that certificate in the UK,
mhm.
energy, that is one.
All right.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, remember that um, if you subscribe, if you comment, if you engage, if you click on the like button, automatically you enter the draw to be selected at the end of the session. So at the end of every session, we select one person who the Fed Effect team will mentor to go through the process. So Ajoy is bringing a whole, great perspective that helping you to apply to the UK schools as well. Let's talk about the your process. How many months or years did it take you? So you are working on your master's at KNUST. You started the process. How long did it take you?
Okay, so I had already completed my master's in KNUST,
Right.
but I hadn't done my graduation. I hadn't
Mhm,
received my certificate. So
mhm.
after I completed, I started my process in December 2022, where I only did application to two schools.
Okay. And
Yes.
what are these two schools?
So I did one application to Stirling University in Glasgow, in Scotland.
Um, yeah. So let me share the website of the university so that our viewers will get to know an idea. Sometimes if some people do not mention some names of schools, you can be aware you are and never hear about it. Right.
Yeah.
So this is University of Stirling. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So this is the first schools you apply to, and
Yeah.
in all these, did you get assistance from anyone? Did you already know someone in the UK, or you just went to the website and started applying?
So what I did was I wanted to look for low tuition schools.
Right.
I chanced on this university because they were offering Ghanaian students £4,000 of bursary for
Okay.
every Ghanaian student who applies and then gets the application admitted. Sorry.
Right.
So that was my goal. Even though I had my course ready to apply for, I also had to find a way to look for the lowest tuition. And
Right.
I chanced on this through Google. If you go to Google, you could just type in schools with lower tuition fees, schools with this and that. It's going to pop up for you.
Mm.
And then it gave me this university.
What was
Although
this?
I had that, unfortunately, it
Oh,
didn't boom my abem.
okay. So they denied the admission. That's what you want to say.
Yes, yeah,
All
they
right.
did.
What was the second school? And I love to hear that. Like, some people even assume that if you are the Fred effect and you apply to a school, you will not get a denial. One day I want to take my time and post all the admission denials I've received. Even being the Fred effect, I still get admission denials and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
some people assume that, once you have been successful with something, there were no setbacks. So the
Mhm.
first school that you saw and applied to, denial.
Yes.
Let's were there application fees? Did you pay an application fee?
No. So most of the UK,
Mhm.
per my understanding and per my knowledge, majority of the schools are free for
I love
free
that.
applications. You don't
UK,
have
they
to.
have a lot of money, so they don't need application fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was basically free, entirely free.
And
Like
the
yeah, you don't have
application
to.
process sometimes can be so easy comparatively.
Easy, and
Yeah.
you might think it's not true, but it is
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
actually
exactly. And they get back to you so quick.
quick. I will
Yeah.
explain that. I will.
Yeah. Because, I worked on some UK applications whilst in Bolebamba. And when the admission comes, you're like, is this true at
Is this
all?
real? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So
Yeah.
you can join us. Remember, I'm sharing the link. You can get in the studio, interact with Ajo. One, if you have questions, just type them in the comment section, or you can join us live in the studio and then talk to Ajo as well. What was the second school?
So I decided to bowl up my game and not
Mhm.
look for anything like that.
Yeah.
I was like, what is one of the best schools in UK? Now I also chanced on the University of Law.
Okay. University of Law.
Yeah, we
So
happens to be one of the best schools.
okay. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
let me see if I can share. So this is like I keep on. This is a one-man production. Yeah. So I do everything on
What
my
do you
own.
know, by the way? The
Yeah.
way you're navigating your ways around it, it's
So I have
quite
to be
impressive.
changing the scenes and everything on my own. So if you're watching us, have patience with me. Maybe in the future, when there's more money, I'll get a producer. Anyway,
I
so
will
this is
produce for you, don't worry.
I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
this is the University of Law. Probably
Yes.
somebody is watching and like, hey, is there a university like that? Yes, there is. That's why you need to watch podcasts like this. We bring the
Mm-hmm.
people to tell you what you probably don't know about. All right.
Yeah.
So you applied to University of Law. Does that
Yes.
mean they only have law programs?
No.
Why is
No.
it called
So
like that?
okay, it was initially it used to be a law school. It used to be
Mhm,
a university purposely for law students.
mhm.
But then they brought in the School of Business, and that is how I find myself to be in that university.
Oh,
So
okay.
I went to the business school of the University of Law
Oh,
and
okay.
not necessarily to study law.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
So this is the university you studied at.
Yes. So they
Oh,
have
awesome.
a lot of campuses.
Mhm.
But I happen to be in that of Birmingham.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Like I said, I like the way you flex in the accent and stuff like that. I like that.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
so there's the University of Law, and that's where. So let's talk about your application process. I wanted to know how long it took you. So from identifying the website of the university, putting
Mhm.
your applications to your visa process. How long do you think it took?
So, since I was doing everything on my own, I took my time and I applied very early at the
Mhm.
earlier stages. Although I got to the UK in
In which month
October,
are we talking about when you say
um,
very early?
very early around January
Okay.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
January 2023. So through to October is like basically like 10 months. If you deduct the time I got my visa and all of that, so it just drops
Right.
it to like, let's say 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually keep with my sister. I started my sister's process in May. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say within 4 months, you should still be able to apply. It's
Wow.
never too late to start.
Mm-hmm.
It is never too late to do that. So it took me like, let's say 8 months to do
Okay.
that, which was
You
quite.
mentioned the application is free. Now you
Yes.
received admission. Did it come with any form of assistantship or any form of scholarship at all? Any 2,000, some 5,000 in there?
That's what they call the bursary.
Yeah.
So on the 3rd of January 2023, I received a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, excuse me, am I talking to Miss Anna? I was like, oh yeah, oh, you've gotten an admission to the University of Law, and I'm just here to be your guide throughout the process. So one thing I've studied about the university is that they give you an individual person that will
Mm-hmm.
guide you through your process or your journey. They call them
Right.
the study journeys.
Okay.
Yes. And then they also gave me £3,000 bursary.
Wait, before you go on, with
Yeah.
that mentality in mind, yeah, normally
Mhm.
when such numbers from outside the country call you, the first thing people start to think is this not a scam? Because first of all, you didn't pay anything to apply to the school, and now
Yeah.
where especially in Ghana where you apply to nursing, university, you never get a call, an email, no, nothing, right? So
Exactly.
some people probably might have ended the call, did not pick up. Is a fraud, Mbe Jimmy Sika.
And okay. Because then I've been your corner. I was
Mhm,
shocked. And then they also did give me a follow-up email
mhm.
stating that this lady is going to call you. She's going to be your guide,
Okay.
and you have gotten these admissions. Hey, back to back, oh, African admission.
I agree with you because we are not used to. I'm not go for someone forcing me be.
Exactly. What is
I'm
this
a
that they
fraud.
are hiding from me?
Yeah, I don't hear BB. Then you start to let the instincts.
Of the
Oh,
African
yeah.
mentality
I
set
didn't want to
in.
mention African mentality though. Oh, okay, okay. So shout outs to all the people who had great calls that could have led you to study abroad, but you thought it was fraud. Next time. Anyway, let's go on. Because I remember when I did the same. Yeah, from Bali Bamboy, it was so quick. That's the thing. Like I got admission so quick, and then there's a scholarship there's some deposit somewhere. We'll get to that. So you had the
Sure.
call from them. What happened?
So the call came through, and then they asked me to reach out to them at any points in my process where I
Right.
get stuck
Mm-hmm.
or where I find anything I want to talk to them about. And the next process will always be updated. They will call you at every stage. If you
Mm-hmm.
need to go and pay your fees, they will let you know you have to go and pay your fees. But they will not tell you where to pay it to. You have to do your
Okay.
own research to find out that you have to pay it to the IBAN of the school, the Swift code of the school, and this
Mm-hmm.
and that. Um, so it was basically like that. If you have any issues with your details, your documentation, they will call you, Anna. You did a mistake with this one. Could you rectify this and get back to us in the next 3 days?
Right.
Just to keep you on your toes, just to know that you are doing the right thing. And that was how they did it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So what would you say? Did you know somebody who had already gone through the process so that you wouldn't let that instinct stick in that, hey, this might be fraud. I should be careful.
no,
Oh, I see.
no.
All
I
right.
was
So
really scared for my life, but I took
this
the
was
risk.
purely a search that I want to go to whatever university, and then
Yeah.
you came across the University of Law. It's not that
Yes.
somebody referred you to where stuff like that.
No,
Oh wow.
no, not
Wow.
at all.
So
Not at all.
admission is in, some sort of bursary is given. Were
Yes.
you expected to pay some deposit to the school even before you start your visa process?
Yes. So I had to pay an initial deposit to secure my spots for the university's
Mhm.
intake. So one thing I realized about the UK is that they are always dealing with numbers and pre-orders.
Okay.
So even before they start the uni, they know the number of people who are coming in already. These people have already paid their fees. We need to start working around with these people because they feel that maybe if you don't pay earlier or on time, that means you're not really ready, and they can't move on with your application. So until you are done with that step, you can't move on to the next one. And then you know that once you are done with your deposit, that is how they can give you the precast interview to make sure that you qualify for them to give you the cars. So if you don't pay your fees, your cars will be delayed. It will delay you in a lot of things. And that was how it happened. Yeah. So I actually did go through all the process in time.
Right. If you're just tuning in, I'm speaking with beautiful Ajua Chiwa. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. She studied. Somebody was asking in the comment section, what program did you say you studied? I think you've mentioned that, but just to repeat to the person.
Okay.
What program did you study at the University of Law?
Master of Science in Project Management.
All right. So Mausi, that's the answer. How much would you was the enrollment deposit?
I think it was 3,000 pounds.
So
if I recall.
in that case, you find somebody in the UK to pay for you, or can you pay it from Ghana?
And can I give an advice on this one?
Go ahead,
please. If you are going to pay your fees to the UK, kindly use a Visa card to make the payments. If you go do something like a bank deposit, you will have to wait for 1 month. And you would think it is a scam, but it is not a scam. They haven't actually rolled over to the next month to know that you have paid. That thing happened to me. And it's nearly cost me my life because it was because I didn't have anyone to guide me through that, and I did not know.
And in your head, you're like, yeah, I didn't say scam.
And I'm in Namakoyo already. 50,000 Ghana cedis.
So a MasterCard or a Visa card would have gone through swiftly, right?
Yes, very easy, and it can take a day or 2 working days to make them alert you that you have made your payments already. But because I did that bank transfer, because in Ghana you want to see everything paper, you want to be sure that everything is signed, everything is written. Yeah. So that alone delayed, and it took me like a whole month, from 20th of February to 20th of March 2023. I was on the hot seat waiting to hear from the uni. And they have different financial sectors, and even the people that you are looking up to reach out to them, your study guidance, they don't know much about those aspects. So even if you reach out to them on that, they can't really assist you. They only told you that you have made a deposit and then they're going to get back to you. And that took me like a month. If you have heart attack, you might die. So please, don't take the risk.
All right. So if you're just joining us, remember we are speaking with Ajua Chiwa. She has been through the process, studied at the University of Law, and she's sharing her experience, how she did it. That's what we do on the Study Abroad podcast with the Fred Effect. So we invite people to share their experience. Remember, she has a YouTube channel. She is not gatekeeping. She has been through the process. Like the advice she just gave, if somebody has done something, it makes it easier for them to advise you on what to prevent and what will make your process smooth for you. And a typical example is what she just said. So go to YouTube, and in fact, we are streaming on that platform as well. Ajua Chiwa. I feel like, okay. Anyway, I'll talk about this later. I feel like, so please go to YouTube, click on the subscribe button, and be part of the Ajua Chiwa family. She's having a project where she's assisting people with their applications. So I'll put an email on the screen. What you do is that you send the documents to her. She has already mentioned the documents. If you just join, remember, the session will be live across all the Fred Effect social media platforms. And in fact, it will be live on her YouTube. So go to YouTube, search Ajua Chiwa. If you're watching us on TikTok, please go to YouTube, ADWOA, then space KYEWA, and subscribe. We are making progress. So we have like 106. We are moving on. We have she has a couple of videos in there.
Nice.
So yeah, she'll be making long-term videos. When should we expect that, Ajua?
Oh my God, that is a very difficult one.
Yeah, because I feel like you could have done a long form video like this one, put it on YouTube explaining, what you're doing and how people can use the email to get. I saw the short form. I didn't see the long
Yeah,
form.
I'll try and do that as well.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much for that.
Awesome. So if you're watching us, you can be doing the calculation for us. So we applied to the school for free. We use our diploma and a top up, no evaluation. Let's talk about other, requirements like you're from Ghana. Was there
Yeah.
any English proficiency requirement like IELTS, TOEFL, whatever?
Yes. So apparently, I didn't apply with my English proficiency,
Mhm.
and I had least knowledge that I could use my WASI.
Oh, okay.
So I did not use my WASI. So I now had to write ULET. ULET is a course that it is written, it's provided by the University of Law
Mhm.
to the people who wants to write the IELTS. You don't have to pay for that one. You just write it with the school, and then they'll give you your results. And it also falls in line with the exact same pattern of the IELTS, where you have to do the English, the reading, writing, listening, speaking. Yeah.
No, take your time. I want you to repeat that. There is, an alternative for IELTS that will be
Yes.
accepted, but you don't have to pay for it.
Yes.
Will this be accepted by all universities over the world, or is only in the UK?
Per my understanding, it's only in the UK, and it's only eligible for 2 years.
Oh,
But
wow.
the school would provide it to you. You would write it to the school, and then they'll mark it for you and then send you your results back for you
What
to
did you
know
say
that
the
you
name is
qualify.
again?
ULET.
So
ULET.
let's see if I can have it. So ULETS, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can. Oh yeah. So your university makes it free for you, or any person can just go on the website and register and write it?
The university made it free for me because I'd already applied, and that was the conditional offer, that I had to
Mhm.
write or provide an English proficiency. If I do not have those things, they have an alternative for me to write the ULETs.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
only when you apply to the university, per my understanding, it's only when you
Mhm.
apply to the university that they can get you that opportunity to do that.
What's the full meaning of ULET?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Oh, okay. It
So
could probably be
if you could permit me to do ULAW plus
yeah, sure.
ULET.
Please do that. Yeah, please.
Okay.
If you're just tuning in,
Yeah.
this is the Study Abroad podcast with a Fed Effect. I'm talking to Adjoa Chiwa today, who studied in the UK, and she's sharing her experience with us. Remember that if you comment, if you like, if you subscribe, you automatically join the draw that we'll be having at the end of the session, and one person will be selected. We select one person every week that the Fed Effect team mentors to go through the process. All right.
Okay. So it's ready here, and I'm putting it in the private chat session. It's the University of Law English test, which has
Mhm.
been developed to evaluate your level of English for undergraduate or postgraduate studies. It is accepted by the university as a proof of English level. It also meets it meets the visa requirements of the UK visa immigration, that is the UKVI,
Mhm.
and you can take all the 4 components online, and it is free of charge
Oh, wow.
at the university.
I see. So this is provided by the University of Law.
Yes, by the
Technically.
University of Law.
Awesome. And then let me put out the email that you can reach Adjoa on. If you are interested in studying in the UK, I'm putting it in the comment section. Then I'll put it on the screen as well. So like I said, this is a one-man production, so please be patient with me. I'll do it small. It will be.
It could be.
All right. So all right, here you go. So this is the email address. If you're interested in studying in the UK, she will help you find low-cost institutions, tailor it to what you want to study, and then assist you find a school that you will start your applications to. And if you're watching us, we want to make the calculations of the cost. Now, Adjoa applied for free. Now there's an enrollment. Is it a tuition? Do you call it a tuition deposit or enrollment deposit?
We call it the initial deposit.
Initial deposit. Okay. I
Yeah.
like the English. Initial deposit, which will count towards your school fees, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. And
That
that
was
was
paid off.
3,000. So we started counting the cost, 3,000 pounds. I don't know how much that will be in cities, but let's go on. And so after the initial deposit has been received by the school, I'm sure because you did the bank transfer, probably the bank would have had their own charges, stuff like that. And now
Yeah.
Adjoa is advising that please use a MasterCard or Visa card.
Yep.
Awesome. So
Exactly.
after that, what next?
After that, so because I did my application very early, I had to wait for some period of time for them to start issuing CAS.
Right.
That's the confirmation of acceptance of studies.
Mhm.
So even before that was given, I had to do an interview. They call it
Right.
the pre-CAS interview,
Mhm.
where you would be booked to interview you to know why you are coming to the UK. You should have your words right. You should be
Okay.
able to explain to them why you chose UK, why you chose a particular course you are doing, if you have any
Mhm.
year gaps, how you were able to overcome them,
Right.
and why you completed school in 2024. You're now coming to school in 2027. The 3 year you have to explain, and where you're coming to stay in the UK, how much you'll be spending every month.
Mhm.
It is very, very important for you to know those monthly allowances,
Wow.
how you'll be transporting to uni, whether you're going to use your bus, whether you're going to use your private car, or any other means of transportation, the kind of food you're going to eat. They ask random questions just to know that you are well abreast with the kind of things you're going to do and study, so that you don't find yourself wanting when you come to the UK. Yeah.
Are there instances where people fail this precast interview, and if they do, what happens to their initial deposit?
Initial deposits. So I chanced on one person who had an unfortunate situation, but
Yeah.
I couldn't ask further whether or not it was given. I think I'll have to do a research on that and create a video on that to clarify this. So I'll do that later if that is permitted, because I don't have any information about that yet.
Right. So Lillian is asking for 3,000 pounds for such a transaction. Lillian, I don't know if you're joining us from Nigeria. Nigeria, your currency is plenty, right? So I think 3,000 pounds will be a million naira. I don't know. What
Yeah,
it's
it looks
going to be a
like it.
million. Lillian, let us know what 3,000 pounds will be. But in Ghana cities, it's not going to be that. That's what we say. My brothers in Nigeria, you should reduce your denomination. Like, it's going to be a million. Maybe we can check it out. It's going to be a million naira. But I think,
Yeah,
there are instances where people can extend the limit on their
limits of the card. Yes,
exactly, so
just
that
for the day.
it could make such transaction, because I think some people buy flight ticket more than 3,000 pounds. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on the class that you are selecting. Shout out to Lillian Ozoku, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. Right. So it's possible you can use a MasterCard. She's just talking about the inconvenience that comes with other forms of transaction and
Yeah.
having to wait and stuff like that, when another platform would have made it quicker and easier for you. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let's understand that. All right. So when you go through the precast interview, now you receive your cars, what happens?
You receive, when you go through the precast interview and you qualify for some universities like mine, you would have
Right.
to submit your bank statements for them to go through.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
for them to go through before they can issue you the CAS for your visa application. Yes. So there are also other universities in the UK where you don't have to submit your bank account to them. You just have to do it with your cards and then to
Okay.
the visa. Yeah, it works like that. But then as I was doing that, I was simultaneously working on my medical, that is the TB test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which does not form part of the normal process. But then if you go to the school website and then most of the UK websites, they are also giving you the information that you need, the processes and the steps that you need to go. So
Mm-hmm.
as I was in the waiting period, waiting for my cards to be issued, I was doing my TB test so that some of the time will just come back, work within time. to make sure that I do my visa application online on time. So with that, in case it is delayed, I still have ample time to be in the UK on time. Yeah, so that's what happened.
All right. So, in terms of bank statement, was it your personal statement? Was it that of parents? You know, what kind of statement and how much were they expecting to be on there?
So I used my personal statements.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then they were expecting me to have, as at that time, I was supposed to have £1,023 times 12 plus the remaining balance of my school fees.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
if I'm
Okay.
right.
Let's do the calculation. Can somebody do the calculation for us? You know, you said £1,200.
£1,023
Okay.
times 12.
Let's see if we can do that. And do that have to be in a Ghanaian cedi equivalent, or it has to be in a UK pounds account?
Okay, so my account was a Ghanaian account, so it has to be the equivalent rate to the UK. So let's assume £1,023 times 12 plus the fees is all summing up to, let's say, £65, like
Yeah.
£65,000. I do not know.
Mhm.
Like, you convert that amount into Ghana cedis, and that should be the amount on your bank account. And then
Okay.
you should bear in mind that it shouldn't even be deducted by one cedi.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So even if you have other transactions that you have to do, you could
Mhm.
top up the money in the account already, and then you work within the overage. You don't have to touch that exact limit,
But it
or
can
else,
exceed it, right?
yeah, it can exceed, but it
Okay.
shouldn't go beyond.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
within
Awesome.
the period of the 28 days.
I see. And do they have specific requirements? Like in US, some schools will say that we want a 3-month-old bank statement. So the statement should be printed from, if you are presenting it in March, it should be printed from maybe December to March.
Mm, mm.
Do they have
Yeah, so
specific requirements like that?
they have prerequisite requirements, which gives you the idea of having to print an account from the previous 28 days.
Mhm,
So assuming you are going to do your visa application
mhm.
and then you have the money already, you should start printing from, let's say today is 1st of March, you should start printing from the 2nd of March to
Yeah.
the 29th of March, and then you just submit it. So that is the 28-day period. So within that 28-day period, it should be equal to the amount plus, equal to that amount, or equal to plus that amount, not
Mm.
minus that amount, or else whatever, after their own arrangements and then checks, they should know that it is exactly that amount you have or beyond it, so that you don't keep you like a negative something. Yeah.
Do someone have to have a relative in the UK before they start working on some of these processes?
No.
Right. And
No.
we'll come to accommodation and stuff like that. So we are nearing to the visa application process. And so once you send this bank statement to the school, or do you need a bank statement for the visa interview, or both?
Once you send, can I get your question again?
Yeah, so I want to understand that I have the bank statement. Do I
Mm-hmm.
need to send it to the school for verification, or I only need the bank statement for the visa process?
Yeah, so initially, I stated that some of the schools would need the bank statement for verification first
Mhm.
before you proceed to give it to before you proceed to add it to your CAS for the visa application. So
Right.
it depends on the uni. But for
Okay.
mine, they requested for it first before I continued with the visa application.
Is it going to be the same financial statement you gave to the school that you're going to use for the interview, or you can change it?
So I changed mine because
Okay.
of time frame.
Mm,
When I submitted mine to the uni, I was now lack of 1 week.
okay.
Yeah, I still wanted to fall within time so that I don't find myself wanting. So after I printed that of the uni to the uni,
Mhm.
I
I like the English.
updated
The
it
English is English. When she printed that of the unit and sent it
to
to
the
the unit.
uni. I
Uh-huh.
fronted it a week plus
Right.
to the visa people,
Right.
so that even if they check, they will still know that it is still within time.
But it
Yeah.
was still your personal statement.
Yes.
It's not as if like you use Ajuachiwa's statement and then you use your mom's statement for
Oh
the
no,
interview.
it's the
Okay.
same statements of
Mm,
accounts I used for the entire process.
right. Awesome. It's been a great conversation talking to Ajua. I'm loving the experience and I'm also learning a lot. You know, we keep on learning. We don't know it all. And I'm happy that she's taking her time to explain. I like the step-by-step explanation. You can also join us. Let's take some questions from our viewers and then we'll move on. Maxi Official TV is saying the Fed effect. Okay. Kofi Jr. Okay, so can someone with BSc in geophysics pursue further studies in chemical engineering? Yeah, this is highly possible. Obviously, I wanted to know if there are direct questions to you. We had some people doing the calculations for us as to whether it's correct or not. You know, shout out to
Energy.
Courage. You know, courageously doing the calculations for us. We appreciate that. CK Juno is watching us on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in, bro. And Timothy is saying, "Hey, Sika Penny." I don't know why people look at what goes into the process, but do not foresee what will come out. You know,
yeah, of the process.
Yeah. If you look at some of my pictures in Bole Bamba, it's not the same like it is now. So you know, you feel like sometimes you should delete some of your old social media pictures.
I know, right?
Right?
But sometimes I'm like, let me just keep it because they'll come and say that, you know, I had a background, I had a story, I want to maintain it.
Yeah.
So if you go to my Facebook, you see a lot of my pictures there. Sometimes, yeah.
All right, this is very unrelated to what we are discussing, but I would love to respond. Everything Speed watching us on YouTube, Fred, between Spantran and West, which one is better sense of potential GPA increment? Reliability, both of them are reliable, but in terms of CGPA increment, please, mostly WES will. It depends on your transcript, though. Normally, when people have some sort of receipt, it helps with that. Okay. Yeah, I want to speed through the comments and see which one I should show. Okay, so I think we are good. All right, let's move on. Now, getting to the visa application, we know that visa is not 100% guaranteed. Again, if I pay the initial deposit and I'm not successful with the visa application, do I get my money back?
Honestly, maybe if I'm no, man, it's you.
So it's also important to be very positive about it and know that it's going to be successful. But I know, for example, the US require a visa interview, but the UK does not. How much does the student visa cost in terms of the application? Because I got my UK visitor's visa, and I think it's expensive. I was disappointed. Anyway, that's another story for another day. The way the stress they put me through before getting the UK visa, I was like, no, why is this that expensive like that? Is it the same price for a student visa?
I can't really confirm.
Yeah.
But I think they are different. And then per my viewers on TikTok right now, they are telling me it's about 490 pounds.
Okay.
I really don't recall. But then together with the health surcharge, which is quite expensive, you had to pay for an extra 1 year together with it too. I can't really recall that exact amount of money. But since it is not it's a universal thing, we could still backdate it to find out how much it was at that time. And that was the exact amount I paid at that time.
Okay. Yeah. How long did it take after submission to getting the visa approved?
It took fasting and prayers, waiting on God.
So that is one thing I love about the US process, that you apply for a visa, right? And so you get an interview date. You know that after the interview, you will see your smoothness level, whether it's good to go. So if it goes well, you get it on the same day. If it doesn't go well, but the Canadian one, when I applied for my Canadian visa, like you just do your thing and then you wait for them, right? And so it's you're not in control over how long it should take.
Yes, you are never in control, because I know someone that It took two months.
Right.
I also know of someone that it took 3 days, even though it wasn't priority.
Right.
Mine took 1 month,
Well,
2
okay.
weeks.
I see.
Yes.
I see. I like the fact that you combined the study abroad process. There are people who maybe they have some uncles in
Mm,
some uncles abroad, and then they tell them we are going to help you, and they sit there and wait. You were
mm,
working on your master's program in K
yeah.
University
Mm.
whilst doing the process.
Not to forget that I also have my own company in Ghana as
Oh,
I was
okay.
working through it.
Okay,
Yes.
let's shine light. Is it still existing? What do you guys do?
Yeah, it's a this thing. Detua Avenue Consults is
Okay.
actually a real estate
Oh
agency in
wow.
Ghana. Yeah.
Hey, any emergency dances, yo. Okay, okay. Talk to us about that. No, I love that. I think even though we are schooling, I
Yeah.
have 2 masters. I'm getting my PhD stuff like that, but there are things we do, right? So people should
Yeah.
not focus on school alone. You understand?
That
Anyway,
is
I
the
love
whole
that.
point.
Let's
Yeah.
let's let's put our bets on.
Yeah, thank you so much. So
Mhm.
I'm working background for a global business that is going to be the Chiwa Global, which will be coming off very shortly. You'll be seeing it on your screens. And that is going to be the parent company of the real estate agency in Ghana and its environs. So apparently, doing the Chiwa media, which is the social media and all that is inclusive. And the study abroad is still going to be part of the company, but it's going to be a free way as I can support my people with. So that is going to be the kind of the corporate social responsibility as part of Chiwa's Avenue Consults. The corporate social responsibilities to help people travel abroad. So even if you're not into real estate, you still can use that avenue to study abroad so that in case you get to the UK and you still want to do some investments back home, you know who to fall on because I'll be there for you now, forever, until eternity. Yeah, so basically, that is all that Chiwa Avenue is about. And then Chiwa Global is yet to come up with. So you should expect more from us and my team.
You
Thank you
get
so
to
much.
know smart ladies when you see one. Wow.
Thank
Wow.
you.
It's not there. I'm waiting for somebody to come and marry me and get me money by, right? I see. You have your
Yeah.
own stuff going on. I love that. I love that. And I wish you the best and success. And almost everybody I have opportunity to bring on this podcast, like are very, serious minded people having something going. Is that like a way to say that the opportunity to study abroad opens your mind to a lot of things that you never even thought of?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would not attest to the fact that even though I was way open to a lot of things,
Mhm,
due to the fact that I went to two universities
mhm.
in Ghana,
Right.
I got to meet a lot of people who were very brilliant and
Mhm.
vibrant. But then upon studying abroad, it changed my whole perspective and mentality about a whole lot of things
Yeah.
and how we could use this world we have to our fingertips and make things work around for us.
Yes.
The visibility is there. I don't really think Fred effect. Let me throw this question to you. Would you have ever thought that you would have been the Fred effect if you have not traveled abroad?
No. If I created a YouTube channel back home, nobody will you no, nobody will watch. You and your family will watch it.
Thank you. So basically, that is the studying abroad is one of the things that I wish everyone could do,
Yeah.
if not for anything, for the betterment of your own enhancement and feasibility.
Mhm.
You need to do that. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. All right.
Thank you.
If you're just tuning in, you're not late. Remember that this session will be live across all the Fred Effect social media platforms. It's also live on the Ajoa Chewa platform. If you go under the live session, you'll see it there, and then you'll be able to go through the conversation. We started some time, some couple of minutes ago, and then it has been a very progressive conversation. After watching this video, you are already on your way to study in the UK. We some of the misconceptions have been cleared and all that, and I really appreciate the insight that Joa brings on this. Remember that you can join us, ask your questions. Domingos is Domingos, can you please hear me? If you can hear me, unmute your microphone and go ahead. You can join us live.
Yes, sir. I can hear you clearly.
Awesome. Talk to Ajoa.
Yes, Adra. Thank you. I like your
I'm so sorry. There's a bit of noise at your background, Domingos. You would have to probably mute. Maybe you're listening to us and wanted to join at the same time. Domingos, let's see if this is better.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
All right, please go on.
Yes, I would hardly pronounce your name. I would hardly pronounce your name, but let me just say thank you. I like the accent. It really sounds British.
It's quite unfortunate. Domingos, there is a lot of noise at the background, so it's quite unfortunate we cannot let you in. If you could get a quiet location, that would be super helpful. We would appreciate to get your question and also respond to it. Alternatively, you can decide to type in the comment section. We'll be able to read it and respond to that. Remember, you can join us live in the studio and talk to Ajua. All right. So, with anybody who wants to start this process, based on what you've been through, and I ask everybody this question: if you were supposed to advise young Ajua, if you were supposed to talk to young Ajua, what would you have done differently? I thought that I shouldn't have gone to university in Ghana. I should have started this way earlier if I knew that I can come and do my bachelor's here. What's your thought? If you're supposed to talk to somebody who is looking up to you right now, what advice would you give to the person?
My only advice I would give to the person and my young self is to take it easy on yourself. You are here purposely today because you need to listen to this and you need to know that you're on the right path to doing greater things. Don't give up. I know there are a lot of people in the university right now. They are kind of finding it difficult to even fund themselves or get remittance abroad. But let me tell you, there is a light at the end of every tunnel. Regardless of what you're going through right now, just know that this is part of life and you will be through it in a snap of a shot. And at the end of the day, you will look back and smile that you'll be so proud of yourself that you never gave up on yourself. So that is the simplest thing I would want to say to everybody.
Love this. I love this. So I love the positivity vibe you give to your content creation, and especially I've joined a couple of your live sessions on TikTok. She does a very interesting live sessions on TikTok. Try and join. Go to TikTok. What's the TikTok name though?
It's still Ajua.
Okay. So the brand name is across all the social media platforms.
Yeah, it's Ajua.
Yeah, so she does very amazing on TikTok. Go follow her on TikTok. If you're watching us on TikTok, search for Ajua Chua. The name is already on there. So and then follow her on there. So let's move on. You did not sit for, even though you wrote the ULET, you didn't sit for GRE, GMAT, you didn't pay for application fee, neither did you have any transcript evaluation thing.
No, I didn't go through all that process. No, it was just like a straightforward one.
If my results are bad, I have a second class lower. What do you have to tell? Is it possible for me in the UK too?
Yeah. I mean, UK is one of the most understanding countries, even though they are kind of strict.
Mm-hmm.
They are very, very understanding to the fact that they understand that even though other people are schooling, they still have other things they are doing alongside the school.
Yeah.
So I know of a couple of people who were not only students, but then they were CEOs of their company. Mm-hmm. They were the financial advisors of their company. They were doing something else, which was adding value to their life. But then the balance was not really equal. Mm-hmm. So if you are able to explain to them that although you do have a second class lower division, this is what you were doing as part of your school process. And that was how come you came up with this. And this is the things and then they also like it when you are able to give them results. If you're able to show them what you have done in your past, your experience matters. That is why I was initially telling you that even if you have done HND for like 2 years, 3 years, you could still apply with that in addition to your experience you have. And they are going to give it to you like straight away, no doubt on that.
Awesome. So if you feel discouraged by your CGPA, it's not a problem.
Even if you have third class, please.
There's always an opportunity for everyone.
You can do that. Yeah.
We have like more than 1,000 people watching us across our social media platforms, and thank you for we know it's expensive to. Normally, when you travel abroad, people overthink that it's easier to have access to internet just like it is abroad. No, people back home have to spend data. So that's why when you join a live session like this and then you're putting in the time the money to watch us. We want to make sure that you get value out of it. After you leave this section, you will know that you've learned something. At least you've heard a name of a school. And it's a deliberate intent that every podcast that I make, we at least put in some names of schools that after the session, you can go and search on your own and take it from there. So we are happy that Adwoa is helping people to apply, and this might be your start to also studying in the UK. Let's see if we can talk to Lukman. Hi, Lukman. Lukman. Okay, Lukman's network is not networking. So let's go to Abdul. Hi, Abdul. Abdul, you can unmute your microphone and then talk to Adwoa. Hello, Abdul.
Yeah, hello.
Abdul, please talk to Adwoa.
Good evening.
Can you please mute what you're listening to so that we can hear you? Because you can hear us now, right? Mute.
Yeah, please. I've muted. Please, can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, please. I'm Abdul. I'm talking to you from Ghana, and I'm enjoying your discussions, and we really appreciate what you guys are doing for us. Please, for me, I want to know. I had an admission from a Clarkson University, and they give me $12,000 merit-based scholarship, and I have to provide the rest. So my cousin decided to support me. So he gave me a bank statement, which the school said I should send to them. But the money in that bank statement is not up to the total costs. So I'm trying to opt for Empower loan, and I need an advice on that. And if that is going to be the case, am I supposed to send the Empower loan to what do you call it, financial statement, and then the bank statement that my cousin has provided to me to the school? And if the I-20 is being issued, am I supposed to send both to the embassy
That's
for
a good
visa
question.
interpretation?
So first of all, congrats on your admission. So what happens is that I made a whole about 20-minute video explaining a step-by-step approach and giving about 10 different tips on how you can secure full scholarship once you've gained admission with a partial scholarship or no scholarship. I would highly encourage you to check out that video. It might be a solution to your current situation. The second thing, of course, I mentioned the loan part in it as well. Okay, let's mute Abdul so that we can respond to your question. Okay. All right. So the loan is also one of the options I gave, but I suggested it should be your last resort. So I'm showing the video I'm talking about so that it makes it easier for anybody to also check it out. All right, so this is the video, how to get 100% full scholarship. So admission with no scholarship or partial scholarship, I explain what you should do. It's about a 17-minute video. So I gave a lot of ideas and information and other sources that you can look at. Now, coming to your question, you have to understand that Empower have a list of schools that actually they fund and a list of programs. If you qualify for that, obviously, yes, go ahead and apply. To move on to your next question, if the school gives you what we call a financial affidavit or financial support form, then you can indicate how much Empower is taking, depending on how much loan they offered you, and also how much your uncle or the sponsor is also taking. Yes, once you submit those two documents to the school for your I-20 to be released, then it is only advisable that you also go to the interview with these two documents to serve as your source of funds for your education. Abdul, I don't know if this made sense or this was helpful.
Please. Yes, thank you so much. And the video that you just pop up, I have watched it, and I also try communicating to my graduate coordinator concerning assistantship positions, and she told me that that positions they don't apply to it, and when the time arises, like it starts from March to somewhere June, they'll have to review our applications to see those who are qualified, and then they will give it to them automatic. I also try contacting one guy from the university He's holding some kind of positions in most of the organizations in the
Okay.
university, although he's not in the department that I am, because they give me a master's in computer science. So he told me that it will be very difficult for him to link me to any professor. So I should make a research and contact the professors, which
Right.
I did. Till now, I've not seen any reply from them.
Yeah. So normally, as I speak with you now, most of the universities are either returning from a spring break or they are on a spring break. So when they are on a spring break, mostly they may not be able to respond to questions. Sometimes too, the universities have what we call institutional email addresses. Now, if you use your normal Gmail or Yahoo Mail to send them an email, it has happened to me several times where people send me an email through my institutional email, but because of the university security system, it ends up in my spam, so I'm not able to see that. So you can try going through the international office or the admissions, the graduate office, to see if they can still try and help you connect with, since you've been chatting with them already, that those emails will sail through. But there might be a couple of reasons why you've not had a response. But I think having the admission and also at least having one a route about Empower and also having a bank statement, it's very positive. Let's continue to explore the other options. Thank you for coming, Abdul. All right, let's see if we can talk to another person. Hi, Emmanuel. Please unmute your
Thank you
mic.
very much.
Yeah, talk to Ajwa.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Freddy Peck and Sister Ajwa. I think I started watching your video, but I want to thank you very much. I have learned and I've gained a lot of experience from most of your sessions. One thing I have noticed is that last week I spoke to one program director from Texas A&M at US, and she made mention that MBA, that particular program that I'm interested in, they don't have funded. So I was a little bit confused. So I don't know if you can be
What
of help
qualification do you
explain,
have?
some of
Why?
that.
We are talking about you. You guys are bombarding Ajwa with US questions. And what qualification do you have, bro?
I have commerce and I majored in management.
All right. So what happens
But
is that
my
what
new
happens,
field now is logistics and supply chain that I now want to go into.
right. What happens is that in terms of the business related programs, are there scholarships, especially in the US? Yes, there are. But they also have their requirements. So, for example, most of the universities that will give you good scholarship will require GRE or GMAT. Now, judging from what you're saying, you may not have the GRE or GMAT. So this is the suggestion. You can either opt for a dual master's degree program. So if you have a dual master's degree, then the two programs will provide you scholarship, making it a full scholarship. The next one is to either sit for the GRE or the GMAT. That will help you. Now, the next advice would be that the fact that you studied maybe business analytics does not necessarily mean that that is the only program you can apply to. So what happens is you can opt for other related programs. So come up with other related programs. That if you want to sit for the GRE, perfect. Please do go ahead and do that. That will help you get into the program and then get you the scholarship. If you don't want to, opt for a dual master's degree or opt for a related program that will give you the scholarship and not necessarily put you in a strict box of, okay, I want only this program. You have a
Please,
second
my last
question?
question to
Yeah.
Sister. So with respect to UK, unlike US that they have graduate assistantship and the rest, do UK also have similar?
At the moment, you have to apply for all of those things, but majorly it is for other schools, not necessarily for the major universities. But even in the universities, they do have slots for that, but you only need to apply for all of them on the university job application portal.
Thank you for joining, Emmanuel. Let's talk to Miss Judith. Miss Judith, how are you doing? Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, good evening. I'm very fine.
We are finding it very difficult to hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now, please?
Yeah, this far better. Please go ahead.
All right, I'm joining you guys from Ghana.
Okay.
Okay, I would say God bless you so much. You're doing, you guys are doing very amazing, and we love that. Actually, my question is, I wanted to go and stay as an undergraduate student. Um, I've been applying to some of the universities. I got an offer, and it's a conditional offer. I did general art in school, but I applied as nursing as in 1 year. I want to fill the gap before I came into the main degree.
Okay.
Yeah, so I applied the adult nursing with a foundation year, but the university once gave me an offer, gave me a conditional offer that they offered me biomedical science, and
Mm.
now they asked me to include biology, of which I didn't do science in school. Maybe I didn't even do economics, so I don't know how to do about that one. If there
Okay.
is or
Yeah.
initially I wanted to cancel out and then apply for 26 days training. But I was thinking if you guys could help me get some knowledge of what to do about this one.
If the only thing they are requesting for is biology and you are in Ghana, the easiest thing I can advise is to go do NOVDEC and just write biology and attach it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because you have a
as
little bit of a
please come with your
thank you. So because you have a little bit of integrated science background, you could maximize on that, get some little bits of biology past Kobe. You learn a bit of them, just study the trend to see what are the likely questions to come up. Study it, get a biology student who has already done this courses, help them, let them help you to know what is likely to occur, answer those questions, just write an of deck and then attach it to it and use it for the application. That is the only thing I can say. If not, you will have to, I don't know whether Fred also has another
Okay,
option.
so because she was talking about the UK, I just wanted you to respond to that. You said you have a high school qualification.
yeah.
And what did you study at the high school?
I general art and my
Okay.
elective government, CRS and geography.
Yeah, you can still get a university in the US to give you nursing. They may not require that. They can get okay. All right, sorry. I think we had some feedback from your end. So some universities in the US, not all of them, because of what your electives are, but you'll get some universities that will still be able to apply for nursing. All right, let's talk to Mr. Cole. Hi, Mr. Cole. How you doing? Please unmute your microphone and go ahead. Adjo, how many minutes do you have for me, though? Mr. Cole, your microphone is muted.
Is it gonna be?
Hi, good evening.
Yeah. Adjo,
Yes,
how many minutes do
Adjoa.
you still have for me?
40?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No. Is it 40? Can I do it till 40?
Like
Because I
40.
think it's
Okay. 1/4. Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Cole.
It's gonna be,
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for the good work, Adjoa. This one, quick one. I have an interview with a program director tomorrow. What should I
Okay.
prepare for?
What program director? What is it about? Can you tell me what?
It's educational technology for teachers. I'm actually having a teaching background, so
Okay.
and then
Which
I also
is
have a
it in the
bachelor's in
UK?
IT. So no, please.
Is it in the
It's
UK?
actually in the US. In the US.
In the US, I would
Oh,
want the Fred effect to handle that because
yes, I was
my
actually expecting to hear from him too. Yes.
yeah,
Mr. Fred,
let him handle that.
Yeah. So you take your time
if you've
and go
got
through.
me, if you can.
Yeah, I got it. You take your time and go through the SOP you wrote to apply for the program. Now, is it for admission into the program or a scholarship interview?
Admission, please.
Okay. So take your time and go through the SOP you wrote. Now, by now, you should probably know the people that are going to interview you. So take your time, search them up on LinkedIn or go to the university's website. Mostly the professors have their profile over there. Read through that. Now, the university's department website will provide you an idea what the focus of the program and the reason why they set up that program is in. because you are trying to align that with why you applied and how it's going to contribute to your development as an individual after graduating from that program. Now, there's a high possibility that almost every time when they are done, they will ask you, do you have questions for us? Right? So write down some possible questions that you want to ask them, after the interview. Make sure it's related to, something. Just try and trigger their interest in you. Make sure it's related to anything that any of the professors are doing. So, for example, I had an interview, then I went to search for the person going to interview me. So I said, oh, you taught at this school, and then they started talking about their experience. They love to hear that, right? Don't let it be all about yourself and stuff like that. And you can even just use AI to see what are some of the possible questions I should expect, and then it can give you answers. Most importantly, pay attention to the platform they are going to use. Be there on time. Join the session before they even join, right? And make sure you are not trying to slang, because if you do, they don't understand your accent. So you are trying to speak carefully so that they will understand what you're saying. Sometimes you will see from their face that they are struggling with your accent, which is absolutely fine. But you try and speak clearly so that they would understand you, and make sure your network doesn't give up on you. Very important.
Okay.
So if it's going to be Teams, if it's going to be Zoom, Google Meet, whatever, try and have maybe a conversation with somebody on that same platform to see how it's going to feel. Sometimes if it's Google Meet, people mistakenly have their name spelled in a different way. Like some people have their email as whatever, Last Killer or something. You don't want instances where you have such an interview, and sometimes it's not your fault, because the name would automatically appear in the meeting because of how your name appears on the Google, whatever. So make sure that you change it, make it very professional, and then you don't end up having to apologize for your name. Nobody will want to have Last Killer in their program. Anyway, that was just by the way.
Thank you so much.
All right. Nice talking to my brother. Do we still have to pick people? You want me to pick more people? Because there are a lot of people who want to talk to you. You see beautiful face, especially the guys who want to talk to you. They see beautiful face and everybody want to talk to you. So
I only have like 33 minutes, so let's see how we can do it.
Let's talk to Emmanuel. No, Emmanuel was in earlier, so we pick another person. Patrick, you can unmute your microphone and go ahead. I would really appreciate if you had your video on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, talk to Ajo.
Okay. Please, good evening, and thank you once again for the great things you are doing to help young graduates down here. In the first place, Madam Ajo, I want to ask, I had admission to University of Dundee, UK.
Okay.
And the total tuition was £21,500. And I was given 6,000. Initially, I was given £4,000 scholarship, and I requested for more. And later, I was given 2,500 in addition to the previous ones.
Okay.
So meaning it reduced the distance back to 15,000.
Yeah.
And the 15,000, they were expecting me to make an initial deposit of £5,000, which was very huge for me, and that was what deterred me from not pushing ahead. And I even asked for more scholarship if they still have additional scholarship for myself. And they were like, oh, those are the available scholarship that has been already awarded
given. Yeah.
And I still went ahead to ask if they have other opportunities for international students where I can even use it to support myself while schooling over there. They said international students don't qualify to work while schooling. So I was a bit confused. I thought they were even having a payment plan where you can even pay it on installment basis.
Installments, yeah.
So that it can even help you going forward. So since then, it pushed me away, and I have applied for 2 universities in USA. As I am speaking right now, I have received offers from all the 2 universities I applied. One, San Francisco Bay University, I applied for MBA program. I was awarded 50% scholarship on my tuition. But when the I-20 was released to me, the 50% scholarship was not captured, and I sent a email to the graduates, the international listing where they issued the I-20, and I copied my admission counselor. For almost 2 weeks now. 2 weeks now, I have not received any feedback from them. Yeah, the other school too. I applied for a dual program at the same department, and I received admission from both programs. I contacted my admission coordinator that if there are other assistantship to support me to complete the dual program at the same time. Oh, he assured me that there's a graduate assistantship for international students, which the portal will be open early first week of April. So the secretary will send me a mail as soon as this thing is open. So I want to find out right now that I've sent a mail to my admission counselor to update my I-20 with the 50% tuition scholarship that I was awarded.
Yeah.
And they've not responded to me. What next do I have to do? Fast waiting for them to.
Yeah. Before I say anything, I have to acknowledge the fact that you are very persistent and very serious about this process. One, you're not putting your eggs in one basket, and the fact that when you had a scholarship, you had to ask for additional scholarship.
That killed me.
Yeah. And through to what you requested, you got it. So I have to acknowledge the fire I see in your eyes, like how serious you are and willing to do this process. This is the kind of energy, this is the kind of seriousness you need to be successful with this process, right? So you are actually on the right track, and you are not putting your eggs in one basket. Now, mostly with the scholarship, what happens is that the I-20 captures cost of attendance for a year. Maybe the 50% tuition was for the entire duration of the program. So because the I-20 captures cost of attendance for a year, they can only put half of it on the I-20 for you.
Man was captured over there.
Oh, okay.
And I got in touch with one Ghanaian student who is also there for almost 1 year now, and he even sent me a picture of his own. Everything was captured over there.
Okay, so it could be purely a mistake from the international office. And also, sometimes if you did not upload, you see, the scholarship mostly is awarded by your department. The international office is also a different department altogether. So you would have to probably add your letter to the submission of financial support form for the international office to acknowledge that you have this source of funds as well. So you don't assume that they would automatically know because it's the same school, because it's a big school, they work in different departments. You get it? So maybe hopefully you get a positive response from them. And in terms of getting your I-20, I'm sure you can start a visa application process. My team do have mock sessions that we organize every day. You can join and start preparing for your visa interview as well. All right, nice talking to you, Patrick. Hi, Mr. Collins, how are you doing? Your microphone is muted, sir.
Sorry. Good evening from Ghana.
Yes, sir. Please talk to us.
Yes, so I recently graduated from the university with a CGPA of 3.5. I applied to 3 universities in the UK. Sorry, 3 in the UK, 3 in the US. The UK ones, the fees are a bit on the high without scholarships. So I had admission for 1 university in the US, which is Ball State. It didn't come with any offer, any scholarship, anything. And then
what program is it? What program is it at Ball State?
Ball State was communications. I did PR in school, so I Master of Arts in Communications at the Ball State.
Let's hang on a little bit. Oh man, we lost Collins. We lost Collins, so I really, because Ball State, I've been to the university before. It's a good school. They have a lot of scholarships. It might not necessarily come automatically with admission.
Hello, everyone. It looks like both of them are not here at the moment, so we'll just have to wait for them to appear. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I kicked myself out of the studio though.
Unfortunately.
I really need a producer for this thing. Anyway, so it's been a great conversation. We have more than 1,000 people watching us. For those who are just tuning in, let's go over the offer you are giving out to a lot of our brothers and sisters who want to study in the UK and what they should do if they need to access such help.
Okay, thank you so much. So, hi everyone. My name once again is Anachiwa Owusu, but then my social media platform names are is Ajoachiwa. For the purpose of assisting people abroad who are already in Africa or around the globe who wants to travel to the UK, I've dedicated my time to assist personally, but you're going to do your own process, but then I'm going to go through with you all the time. Every time you need me to be there, all that you need to do is to send your details to me on my email address, and my email address is @gmail.com. Chewes Avenue, that is the KYEWASAVSAVENUE @gmail.com. Thank you so much, Fred, for popping that up. Now, what I need you to send to me are just 5 things. Okay, 5 things. Make sure you're sending these 5 things. You need to send me your statements of purpose. You need to send me your letters of recommendation. It can be 1, it can be 2, your English proficiency letter, your transcripts, and then your certificates. So if you have completed your degree, you have to send all of these 5. But then if you already did HND, you could also top it up with let's say years of experience. You can add your CV to it, like you can add your CV to it and then explain, on the cover letter or in your SOP that even after you completed school or during your school term time in the uni, you were still working in this field, and that is why you would want to advance yourself for the master's program, because you don't have the entire duration of the degree and you want to like skip 1 or 2, you just have to put it to them that you are experienced in that sector, and then that is why you want to just do your master's degree. Normally it's easy for you to do a master's degree even with your HND. It doesn't really matter, but then let them know that you are very, very you are serious and then you need to do this thing. Yeah, so that is what I need you to do. That is it. Hello, Fred.
Yeah, I'm here. So yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate this, that you're giving back to our people.
Yeah,
that's so nice of you. You also have to help, Chewa by subscribing to the Ajoachiwa YouTube channel. We make progress. So remember, this live session that we are having is also live on that YouTube channel, and we have 127 subscribers at the moment. Please go follow. And so before you send the document, please go and subscribe before you share. You send the documents. That would be super awesome. All right, Ajoy, it's been great having you, and we are going to have the draw. People who commented, people who liked. Every week we select one person that my team also assists for free. So we are going to have that and see who gets selected. But do you have any final words to share with anybody who tuned in, who is encountering you for the first time? What do you have to tell them?
Yeah, please, before I proceed to that, I think that message I gave across was for the people who are intending to study master degree programs in the UK specifically. Other countries and other programs will be dealt with later. I'm talking about the undergraduates, and then the PhD levels will be dealt with later. But at the moment, we are discussing the master's program. So if you're interested in doing the master's in the UK, please be aware that I'll be assisting. So you could just pop through my page and then let's discuss this. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching me for the first time, I just want you to know that I just didn't come up here. I put myself out there to do what I want to do. I put myself out there to do what I would see I would have wished to get when I was young. Okay. Yeah. So all that I want you to know and do is that do what is best for you. Try and then do the best that you can, even if it's not giving you the results you are looking for at the moment. Just take your time. I always say it. Take it easy. I like black cherry, by the way. So yeah, take it easy. Yeah. So that by the end of the day, as the years go by, you realize that you have really made enough progress and it's going to speak for itself. So please don't give up and don't lose hope. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Let's see who gets selected for today. So we have about 143 people entering. So let's have the draw and see who gets selected for today. If you are not selected today, don't worry. Next week, every week we select one person. So that's not going to be a problem at all. Okay, Ivy Emefa Vedo. I like the name. Ivy Emefa. Congrats on being selected. All you need to do is to send me a direct message on Instagram, and then you let me know that you are the winner for this week, and then we'll take it from there. Normally, if you have a high school or diploma, my team will take your documents, work on the applications for you. And then if you have maybe a bachelor's or master's, you want to pursue a graduate program, we guide you through what we call the Fred Effect mentorship program, and then to assist you to apply and all that. So remember that the Fred Effect team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers. Maybe I should leave this advert to Adjo to do it for you. So Adjo, what we do is that there are these, the US requires a visa interview, right? So there are some visa officers who used to do the interview. Now they are retired. And so they have, they assist people to prepare for the visa interview. So you can imagine a visa officer interviewing you before you go for the actual interview. Yeah. So we have a collaboration with them. And in fact, I'll be interviewing one of the visa officers on Tuesday. So if you're preparing for your visa interview, if you've been denied before, this is a good opportunity for you to hop in, get your questions responded to, and all that. So you can use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a one-on-one meeting with the Argo Visa team, and they'll be happy to get to assist you. Adjoa, what are other social media? So I know you're on TikTok. We share the YouTube account. The name is the same, Adjoa Chewa, on all the platforms.
Yeah.
Are you on Instagram? What other
Yes, I
platforms?
am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I have 2 TikTok accounts, by the way. I'm on Facebook, and where I do have my major time is on TikTok, and that is my major thing. Can I please pop up this one as well? That I am also having this. I also have my own already known company in Ghana. That is Achiwa Avenue Consult, which is a real estate consulting agency. We deal with letting, renting, sales of properties. If you have a property, if you're in the UK, want to register your property in Ghana, we could assist you through the process. And also we have a global parental company that is called the Chewa Global, which will be hitting your screens very shortly. We also have the social media platforms registered under the company called Chewas Media. And we also do have, as part of our company, we are doing this corporate social responsibility by paying back our country by assisting people to travel abroad. When I say country, it does not really mean Ghana alone, although I'm a Ghanaian, but I'm available to assist everyone, even if you are from Asia, you're from Nigeria, Algeria, Sierra Leone, wherever you are from. Just make it a point to pop up anywhere with my name. Wherever you see my name, Adjoa Chewa, you could just send a message. But if you really want a quicker response, try to reach out to me on my live sessions on TikTok, where I do my live sessions at 8 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Fridays. But for this week, I'm actually on a break, so I'm not having any live sessions for this week. But then for the subsequent week to come, I am having my live sessions at Monday 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then Fridays 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's not always like that serious. Sometimes too, if you are really exhausted from work, you could still pop in there, because after every 9:30 to 10 o'clock, we do play some wonderful music just to make sure that you are being calm and relaxed for the next day. So that is me, and that is what my company does to support our followers and the media as well. So thank you so much. I want to say a very quick thank you to the Fred Effects for inviting me to this amazing platform with about 1,000 people watching me at this moment. I want to say it's a great pleasure, and thank you so much.
Awesome. Great. So nice having you on, Adjoa. I really appreciate you. I wish you the best, and keep on impacting lives and all that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay.
All right. Awesome. So that was this episode of the Study Abroad podcast. We did it Sunday because we had to also respect that of the guest schedule and all that, but going forward we have it every Saturday. So this Saturday will come your way with another section. But remember that on Tuesday, this Tuesday, I'm having a one-on-one session with a former visa officer. So if you have not yet, please go ahead and put set the notification on so that you wouldn't miss that session for anything. So let's see if MFA, you have to send me a message on Instagram, and then we get going with your with the assistance the Fred Effect team has for you. So, but if you have not yet, please, on Tuesday, I'm meeting a former visa officer, and then we'll respond to all your questions. Does the current political administration in the US means that a lot of visas are going to be denied? What implications does it have on you going for your visa interview? Have you tried a visa interview before? Did it go well? Did it not go well? Are you put on administrative processing? Should be responding to all your questions. So on Tuesday, it will be 5:30 p.m. GMT, but it will be 12:30 p.m. at my end, and then we'll meet with a visa officer. It will give you an insider insight into what goes on behind the scenes of your visa approval or denial. So don't miss this one. It will be on Tuesday. And next week on Saturday, I'll have another person on for the Study Abroad podcast as well. My name has been Fred. I always want you to stay positive. Please be positive. A lot of things are going on this end. Remember to take good care of yourself, stay positive, and understand that tomorrow is another day for you to start all over again if it doesn't go well today. Now, that is life. It has to be up and down. So whenever you are in your down moment, it doesn't mean that's the end of it. Please be positive and know everything will be fine. My name has been The Fred Effect. I'll see you next week.